Almost 18,000 spectators packed Breffni Park for a game that Armagh should have wrapped up long before half-time. Dennis Seeley scored 4 well-taken points before the interval. This is the first, but in general Armagh failed to take the chances and should have had at least 3 goals. The clearest chance came when Armagh were awarded a penalty in the 17th minute. But Johnny Corvin, who normally doesn't miss this sort of opportunity, shot straight at Paddy Linden, the Monaghan goalkeeper. In the 36th minute, Nudie Hughes scored his 2nd point of the game to keep the National League champions in touch, and they trailed Armagh by 3 points to 7. In the second half, the Monaghan confidence increased, and when Armagh's Martin Toy was sent off for a foul on Declan Finnegan, Armagh looked to have lost their opportunity of reaching the final. It was unfortunate though for Toy, who'd only been on the field for just over a minute. The big Monaghan fullback Jerry McCarville decided to get in on the scoring act, and he landed 2 points to take his side to level terms for only the 2nd time in the game. But with just over 10 minutes remaining, Ger Houlihan restored the Armagh lead with a point, and Armagh looked as if they might just hang on. Indeed, they should have made it quite safe, but almost unbelievably they failed to score, with the Monaghan defence caught completely out of position. And right on the final whistle, Brendan Beggan, who'd come on as a substitute, got the point that Monaghan needed to draw the game at 10 points apiece, and they'll replay this coming Sunday, again at Breffni Park. The crowd was down on that for the first meeting a week ago, but the game was a vast improvement, especially from a Monaghan point of view. They put pressure on the Armagh defence right away, and when the ball rebounded from a free, Eamon McEnany shot past Brian McEllinden for a goal with only 3 minutes gone. The Monaghan defence was solid, and Armagh failed to take even the easiest of scoring opportunities in the opening period. In Ray McCarron, the National League champions had the game's outstanding player, and he popped up time and again to score points at the right time. Armagh's first score didn't come until midway through the first half. At that stage they were 5 points adrift. In a scramble, Dennis Seeley managed to get the ball free, and Johnny Corvin snipped up the chance to score a goal. Before half-time, Corvin had added 3 more points, all from frees, to put Armagh ahead for the only time in the match. But McEnany's free for Monaghan levelled it at 1 goal and 4 points apiece at the interval. At that stage it became clear that referee Damien Campbell, who'd pulled a leg muscle, couldn't continue, and Michael Greenan, who's due to referee the final, took over. And with 12 minutes gone in the half, he was the centre of considerable controversy when he disallowed a penalty appeal following what seemed to be an obvious foul on Armagh's Peter Rafferty. Even the formidable presence of Joe Kernan couldn't galvanise a frustrated Armagh team, who were clearly upset by that decision. With 2 minutes remaining, Ray McCarron scored his 7th point to give Monaghan a 4-point lead, and in injury time, Peter Rafferty nabbed a 2nd goal for Armagh. But it was victory for Monaghan, and a deserved one.
I suppose, Jim, life and football is an education process. We learned something. We learned from last Sunday. I think we did better today at the things that Armagh were doing well last Sunday. We used the pitch better, we used our running off the ball better, and consequently we created spaces, we created chances, and this time we took them.
You seem to make better use of the elements, especially in the first half when you're playing into what was a very strong wind.
Well, we were determined to get off to a good start. We got off to what people would consider a dream start. We had a goal and 2 points before Armagh scored. I think they were fortunate in the goal they got to get back into the game. It let them back into the game, and our fellas lost their way slightly for a little while. After that, I was quite confident that when the chips were down in the final 20 minutes or so, that we'd make it.
It's all about taking your chances and taking your points, and I think Ray McCarron best illustrated that today for the Monaghan side.
Yes, Ray was pretty sharp today. His big improvement today was his ability to win possession today. Last Sunday he left himself easy marked. Today he was more elusive, and when he's in possession he's quite a good score getter.
What are your thoughts about facing what's a very inexperienced Derry side?
I honestly believe that Derry will be very difficult to beat. When they got into the semi-final, I believed then that we were fortunate not to be meeting them. Monaghan have a very poor record against Derry in competitive games, and we will be taking the challenge the same as if we were playing Kerry instead of Derry. It'll be a very important game for us, and we'll have to be at our best to win it.